الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله.
Because this is not difficult for Allah. He just says, kun fayakun, be, and it is. So the snake destroyed all of the snakes of the magicians. All of the snakes of the magicians were destroyed by the snake that Musa was given from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَوَقَعَ الْحَقِّ, the truth took place. وَبَطَلَ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ, and that which they did was rendered false. You could see the falsehood of what they brought. The best magicians in the world, and they could not do anything against what Musa brought, because what Musa brought was not magic. What Musa brought was an ayah from Allah, a sign from Allah. It was not magic. Musa did not have magic and they had magic. The magic of Musa was not more powerful than the magic of them. Musa did not have any magic. What Musa had was an ayah from Allah, a miracle from Allah, mu'jiza from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so the truth became clear and the falsehood of the magician became clear. And like this, the Quran makes the difference between the truth and the falsehood. Look, this Quran is a furqan. It is a criteria between what is true and what is false. And by this Quran, Allah Azza wa Jal will make the truth clear and will destroy the falsehood of the magicians. Then what happened? فَغُلِبُوا هُنَالِكَ, they were overcome, they were defeated there. وَانْقَلَبُوا صَاغِرِينَ, and they turned around disgraced. You imagine the greatest magicians gathered together, the most powerful magic, and Musa just throws down his stick and the magic is gone. They left disgraced, in a low down, like lowered, like as if they have been ruined, and they have been defeated in front of all of the people. وَأُلْقِيَ السَّحَرَةُ سَاجِدِينَ, then they fell down in prostration. قَالُوا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ, they say, we have believed in the Lord of the worlds, رَبِّ Musa وَهَارُونَ, the Lord of Musa and Harun. Why? Because those magicians knew that there was nobody could have defeated their magic. There was no chance that their magic could have been defeated. What it was defeated by was not magic. It was defeated by the command of Allah Azza wa Jal. And when they recognized that, they recognized the power of the command of Allah against their magic. And this is something I want you guys to take for yourselves, to understand the power of the Quran and the power of the Quran against the magicians. Wallahi, if you have this Quran with you, you will be like Musa with the staff. Every time the magician puts magic in front of you, simply a few words from this Quran and Allah Azza wa Jal will destroy it. And we will learn more about this. We are still continuing, inshallah. I think we have until 5:30. Or we have until, yeah, inshallah. So now we continue to Surah Yunus. Surah Yunus, ayah number 81. So we'll start with ayah 79. وَقَالَ فِرْعَوْنُ أُؤْتُونِي بِكُلِّ سَاحِرٍ عَلِيمٍ. Fir'aun said, bring me every knowledgeable magician. فَلَمَّا جَاءَ السَّحَرَةُ قَالَ لَهُمْ مُوسَى أَلْقُوا مَا أَنْتُمْ مُلْقُونَ. When the magicians came, Musa said, whatever you're going to do, do it. Throw down whatever you're going to do. Whatever you have to show me, go and show me what you have. Show me the best you have. فَلَمَّا أَلْقَوْا قَالَ Musa ma ji'tum bihi sihr. When they threw down, Musa said, all you have done is just magic. Inna Allah sayubtilu. Allah will render it to be void. Allah will destroy it. And then he said, Inna Allah sayubtiluhu. Inna Allah la yuslihu amal al-mufsidin. Allah will never allow the work of the corrupting people to be right. Allah will never make right the work of the people who are corrupting. وَيُحِقُّ اللَّهُ الْحَقَّ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْمُجْرِمُونَ. And this is vital to us. Allah will make the truth overcome with His words. The words that we have in the Quran. وَإِنْ أَحَدٌ مِّنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ اسْتَجَارَكَ فَأَجِرْهُ حَتَّى يَسْمَعَ كَلَامَ اللَّهِ. Allah Azza wa Jal will make this Quran, which is His speech, destroy every kind of magic. Even if the criminals hate it, even if the magician doesn't want it, even if everybody is trying against it, but Allah Azza wa Jal will allow this Quran and His words to overcome the action of the magicians. And then we go to Surah Taha, so we can complete the story, inshallah. So we turn to Surah Taha, which explains to us also about the same story. So we hear it in multiple places and in some other surahs of the Quran as well. But we'll just take some examples here so that we can just continue to understand the essence of magic. So we start in Surah Taha. Let's start at ayah number 63, for example. قالوا إن هذان لساحران يريدان أن يخرجاكم من أرضكم بسحرهما ويذهبا بطريقتكم المثلى فأجمعوا كيدكم ثم أتوا صفا وقد أفلح اليوم من استعلى. Fir'aun says to the magicians say to each other that these are two magicians. That Musa and Harun are two magicians. They want to throw you out from your land. And they want to go away with your excellent, they want to take away your excellent way of doing things. طَرِيقَتِكُمْ الْمُثْلَى, your excellent way that you do things, they want to take it away. So gather your plan together. All of you bring your magic together. Then stand in rows. And the one who is victorious will have been successful. قالوا يا موسى إما أن تلقي وإما أن نكون أول من ألقى. They said, O Musa, either you throw or we will throw. قال بل ألقوا. Musa said, you throw first. فإذا حبالهم وعصيهم يخيل إليه من سحرهم أنها تسعى. So then what happened is their ropes and their staffs appeared because of magic as though they were moving like snakes. But what was it really? It was the magic done to the eyes. It was not real. They did not make a real snake. All they did is to make the eyes appear. And I want to be clear that this is not the only kind of magic. The magician could, of course, do a real harm, like cause a person to die or cause a person to be sick. But there is one kind which is تَخْيِرْ يُخَيَّلُ إِلَيْهِ. They made them imagine it. فأوجس في نفسه خيفة موسى. Musa felt some fear in himself. And this shows you that it's natural. When you're doing ruqya, when you're dealing with magic, you might find yourself sometimes a little bit, you feel yourself a little bit scared. But what do you remind yourself about? What Allah Azza wa Jalla said, قُلْنَا لَا تَخَفْ إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْأَعْلَى. Don't be scared. You are going to be the one who is going to win. You're going to be the one who is above them and victorious. You're going to win against them. Don't be scared. If you have Allah Azza wa Jal with you, you will win. You will not be the one to lose. وَأَلْقِ مَا فِي يَمِينِكَ تَلْقَفْ مَا صَنَعُوا إِنَّمَا صَنَعُوا كَيْدُ سَاحِرٍ وَلَا يُفْلِحُ السَّاحِرُ حَيْثُ أَتَى. And throw what is in your right hand. It will destroy and eat up what they have made. The only thing they have made is the plot of the magician. إِنَّمَا صَنَعُوا كَيْدُ سَاحِرٍ. In another qira'ah, إِنَّمَا صَنَعُوا كَيْدُ سِحْرٍ. In some of the other qira'at of the Quran, إِنَّمَا صَنَعُوا كَيْدُ سِحْرٍ. They have only made the plot of magic or the plot of the magician. Two ways of reading the ayah. The plot of magic or the plot of the magician. وَلَا يُفْلِحُ السَّاحِرُ حَيْثُ أَتَى. And wherever the magician comes, he will never be successful. And I want you to learn this about magic as a principle. This ayah is a general principle. قاعدة عامة, a general principle. That whenever the magician tries to do something, they will never get it as it should be. It will always fail in one way or the other. Maybe it will fail in the dunya, like as in they tried to make you break up but you didn't break up, they tried to make you die but you didn't die. Or it will fail in the akhirah, as in that their ultimate aim of putting you into Jahannam will not be successful. So the reality is, wherever the magician is, they will never ever ever be successful. We'll quickly finish inshallah. فَأُلْقِيَ السَّحَرَةُ سُجَّدًا. Then the magicians fell down in prostration. قَالُوا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّ هَارُونَ وَمُوسَى. They said, we believe in the Lord of Harun and Musa. Fir'aun said to them, قَالَ آمَنْتُمْ لَهُ قَبْلَ أَنْ آذَنَ لَكُمْ إِنَّهُ لَكَبِيرُكُمُ الَّذِي عَلَّمَكُمُ السِّحْرَ فَلَأُقَطِّعَنَّ أَيْدِيَكُمْ وَأَرْجُلَكُمْ مِنْ خِلَافٍ وَلَأُصَلِّبَنَّكُمْ فِي جُذُوعِ النَّخْلِ وَلَتَعْلَمُنَّ أَيُّنَا أَشَدُّ عَذَابًا وَأَبْقَى. Look at what Fir'aun said. He said, did you believe in Musa before I gave you permission to believe in him? This is your teacher who taught you how to do magic. Look at how is Fir'aun thinking. That Musa is there is an agreement between Musa and the magicians, and that Musa is the teacher of the magicians and you had this plan to disgrace me, that you were just a conspiracy, you were all working together, so this Musa is your magician. So I'm going to cut off your hands and your legs from opposite sides. And I'm going to crucify you on the trunks of date palms. And you will know which of us is worse in punishment and longer lasting. So Fir'aun said, I'm going to chop off your hands and legs from opposite sides, crucify you on a date palm, until you know that my punishment is worse and longer than this God that Musa is telling you about. قالوا لن نؤثرك على ما جاءنا من البينات والذي فطرنا فاقض ما أنت قاض إنما تقضي هذه الحياة الدنيا. We finish with this, that they said, whatever you're going to do to us, you can't make us change in the face of what we have seen from the clear evidence, and the one who gave us our inclination to worship him alone. So do whatever you want, because whatever you do to us will only be in the hayat al-dunya. And this is our last lesson on the topic of magic before we break for salah. That if ever the jinn say to you, or the magician says to you, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you, I'm going to kill you and your family, I'm going to hunt you down, I'm going to do this, say to them what the magician said to Fir'aun. فَقَضِ مَا أَنْتَ قَاضٍ. Do whatever you want, because whatever you do to me is only going to be in the dunya. Nothing else. Whatever you do is only going to be in the dunya. You can cut off my hands, but you're only going to cut my hands off in the dunya. Allah Azza wa Jal is the one who is going to protect me in the dunya and the akhirah. And so this is part of something that's very important when you're faced with threats from magicians or from the jinn or from other people. Say to them, فَقَضِ مَا أَنْتَ قَاضٍ. Do whatever you want, because whatever you have, you only have in the dunya. And we have believed in Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive us our mistakes. وَمَا أَكْرَهْتَنَا عَلَيْهِ مِنَ السِّحْرِ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. And Allah is better and longer lasting. The blessings of Allah are longer lasting. So inshallah, this concludes a little bit about the basics of sihr, the basics of the jinn. Talk a little bit about the evil eye after dhuhr, inshallah. And then we get on to the treatment and the cure and how we can progress with that, inshallah. Until then, inshallah, we'll take a break. Before we begun, we spoke about the format for this course today, that we're focusing on ayat of the Quran. And likewise, we've spoken about the jinn from Surah Al-Jinn, and we've spoken about magic from Surah Al-Baqarah, and Surah Al-A'raf, Surah Yunus, and Surah Taha. One or two issues before we begin. Point number one, guys, people were asking about notes. So I have a system for notes, and I don't know the masjid, maybe they don't know my system, or whether they do or they don't, but I have a very clear system. I put all of my notes online on my website. And you'll hear me keep saying website. Why I keep saying the website? It's not very interesting. I mean, the website is incredibly boring. It's just a plain white, page with some black text on it. But I put pretty much everything that I get asked frequently on there. there is a notes section. It can be printed. It has a nice template that it prints nicely with footnotes and everything, which you can print the notes from all of the Ruqya workshops, inshallah, as they are uploaded. Today's workshop will not be uploaded right away, but there are previous workshops, notes that you can download. Why is today's not uploaded right away? Because we're doing it right now, as we are studying it right now. Once we have done that, some of the volunteers will, inshallah, type them up, we'll put them online. Why do I prefer to have them online? Number one, it saves a lot of wastage, a lot of printing, reams and reams of paper. Whoever wants to print them can print them. Number two, it allows me to update mistakes, because wallahi, and there will be mistakes. We are human beings. We will make mistakes today and tomorrow and the day after. So the website allows us that people tell us when you made a mistake in this ayah is the wrong reference, or the wrong hadith, or this hadith is weak, or it's not valid, your point is an error. So we can inshallah correct the mistakes for everybody online. And also it provides a place where you can send the notes. Instead of, if I give you physical notes, you can't give them to your friends. You can't give them to, you have to photocopy them and post them to somebody. When I give you digital online notes, you can go and give them to 100, 200, 300 people just with a click of the email. So you will find them on my website. And I will give you a simple way to reach my website. My website is muhammedtim.com, but I want to make it easy for you. So I have a short version of the website which will take you to the long version. And the short version is M for Mike, T for Tim, I for Igloo, and M for Mike again. So that's mtim.me. mtim.me. That's the short URL. That will take you to the long muhammedtim.com. And you will be mostly uninterested by this very, very plain and simple website, but the content, inshallah, is what is valuable. And one of the things, inshallah, you'll see there is you'll see along the top of the bar of options at the top, there is one for notes. When you click on that, you get the nicely formatted notes page with a nice, ayat and references and whatever. And inshallah, we're improving all the time. So we're adding Arabic references and things like that all the time. So this is the system that I'm happy with. I find it to be more beneficial than giving people printed notes, which are often rushed, have errors, don't include the latest material, and so on and so forth. And the reason I wanted to talk about my website a little bit before we begin is, there's a limit to what I can tell you today, guys. So far, my major Ruqya conferences are probably more than 50 hours worth of content. Today we will do what, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, according to what Allah makes easy for us. I want you to be able to access all of those resources. When I get emails, my new aim is, I try not to reply with a personal reply to everybody, but I try to get the email, generalize it, and make a generic reply for everyone that they can benefit from on the website. The website is being updated. We are putting new content on. A new design is scheduled at some point. It's being done, but it hasn't been uploaded yet. But there is so much on there, and so many people email me with things that are already on the website. People email me and say, I have this problem, and if they go through, the article is there, and the article is better than asking me, because I took maybe 3 hours to write the article, and maybe I will give you a response in 3 minutes. Which one is better? The one I took 3 hours to answer, or the one I took 3 minutes to answer? Of course, the one I took 3 hours to answer has more references, more depth, more information. So the website is not me just being lazy and saying to you, go to the website. There's a reason why, and for the video we're benefiting, we're telling the people, is that check the website, because the information is more detailed and has more thought and checking and references than you will get from me today. From me today, you will get just a small amount. And particularly, I advise you to go to the video section. A lot of you only know one of my videos or two. You've seen one video with Abu Ibrahim, you've seen one video from Green Lane Masjid, but you haven't seen the other, 30 or 40 or whatever. Because, at the end of the day, they're all scattered everywhere, and it's my fault. I don't have my own YouTube channel, and I just post it on other people's channels and stuff. But I do gather them together on my website. So if you go to the video section, you can see some important videos. One of them is called The Quran as a Cure. And you know, most people have seen my video from Green Lane, but I don't even include that video on my website anymore, because I don't think it is any more up to date. It's too old, and it's too, it doesn't have the information that you need in it. It was the first effort, it was the first video we did, and it doesn't have enough information. So I've taken that video down, even though most of you, if you've seen one of my videos, that is the video you'll have seen. It's so old now, I've removed it. There are hours and hours and hours of other videos on there. How to do Ruqya, problems, waswas, issues, health problems, prophetic medicine, loads and loads of stuff. So really, I don't mind you asking me, you can ask me whatever questions you like, but always be aware that you will get better quality information from the website than you will get from a 1-minute answer from me. Because we try to put information on there to benefit the maximum number of people in the shortest period of time. And that's why when people email me, they usually get a response which is just a link saying, Jazakallah khair for your email, here's a link, follow this link, follow this link, follow this link. And you find on there that all those links have got information about nightmares and sleep paralysis and, you know, jinn possession and magic and why am I not getting cured, and it's all on there. And there's a lot still to go. There's a lot of information not on there, but alhamdulillah, and don't ignore that resource. There's a lot of information on there, inshallah, and it's getting bigger all the time. And I've realized that if we want to help as many people as possible, we have to make the information available to everybody. And again, the last point I'm going to mention once again, for the benefit of the video, I said I will repeat it a few times today, for those people who are watching on YouTube. We're not streaming live today, but we will upload the video to YouTube, or at least the brothers in the masjid will upload the video. The reason we're making this video today is by the grace of Allah, and then by the efforts from the brothers at Newcastle Central Mosque. And you guys know that I come from Newcastle. This is my local masjid, if that's the right word. It's my masjid that I pray in when I'm in Newcastle. And this masjid is very, very dear to me and very important to me. And as the brothers who are sitting here today and the sisters who are sitting here today know, the masjid is trying to rebuild a model masjid, an ideal masjid, a masjid which will be a long-term investment for the whole of Newcastle, and indeed the whole of the northeast of England, inshallah. So a huge centre with a lot of resources and a beautiful building, and so far there's a very large hole in the ground. And we want to, inshallah, improve that so it's not just a hole in the ground but actually a building. And again, you guys here today know about all of this, but this is for the benefit of the people watching on YouTube from around the world, is that we want you to visit NewcastleCentralMosque.com. We currently have a charity fundraising effort whereby there is a generous donor who has offered to match up to £1 million. So if we can raise $1 million, he will double it with another $1 million, or she, I don't know who it is, will double it with another $1 million, inshaAllah ta'ala. And the website for that is buildncm.com. Build, B-U-I-L-D, N for November, C for Charlie, M for Mike.com. Buildncm.com. And I'm sure they'll put it on the video as well. So for all those people watching on YouTube, what we want you to do as a condition, because all the other people here, they came today, Jazakallah khairan, they contributed towards the masjid when they came here today. We want all the people watching the video, inshallah, over the next few months to contribute as well. Go to the website, just give £1, £2, you know, a couple of dollars, inshallah ta'ala, to help to build the masjid. Many of the videos we do on Ruqya get over 100,000 views, 200,000 views, you know, and upwards. So if we can get 200,000 people to give £1 to the masjid, and then we get that funding matched by someone, that's £400,000, which will be massive towards helping the masjid to build their next phase. So this is just an incentive for those people watching on YouTube. When you watch it on YouTube, you get to watch it for free. But one of the things we want you to do is just go and donate a small amount. If you can't donate a small amount, then send the link for the website to someone who can. Because anyone who can't donate, sometimes you know you don't have any money at the time or whatever, but you can send the website to somebody who can, inshallah. And if you know people who are interested in building masajid, who are interested in helping with long-term projects, or a waqf, or a sadaqah jariyah, something that will be benefited from for many, many years, inshallah, then send them the link to the website. Let them have a look at the project and let them decide those people who are able to contribute, inshallah ta'ala. So we're going to keep mentioning this throughout the day. This is not something the masjid asked me to do, it's something I wanted to do. Because I felt that, you know, we get, alhamdulillah, the brothers in the masjid are all contributing and helping towards the project, but we see a lot of people watch it on YouTube and they don't know or they don't have any connection to it. So we just want to encourage them, look, go have a look at the project, see it's an amazing building, it's amazing design, and inshallah help the brothers to build the next phase, inshallah, because we don't want to pray in that big hole in the ground, we want to have a building over it, inshallah. So, we come to our next topic. We're just at the moment defining terms, right? So we have to kind of understand what all these different terms actually mean. And we come to the next term that I want to sort of define for you. And the next term that I want to define for you is the evil eye. And the evil eye is only mentioned in really a couple of places in the Quran, or indicated. I don't want to say it's mentioned in the Quran, but it's indicated in a couple of places in the Quran. And remember, we're doing this all from the point of tafsir, okay? So I want you guys to go to Surah Al-Qalam. Surah Al-Qalam. Noon wal-qalami wa ma yasturun. And I've got Tafsir al-Sa'di here, so we've got Al-Ma'arij, Al-Mulk, so getting there. Al-Qalam. So this is Surah number 68, I believe. And when we come to the end of Surah Al-Qalam, we read the statement of Allah Azza wa Jalla, وَإِن يَكَادُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لِيُزْلِقُونَكَ بِأَبْصَارِهِمْ لَمَّا سَمِعُوا الذِّكْرَ وَيَقُولُونَ إِنَّهُ لَمَجْنُونَ وَمَا هُوَ إِلَّا ذِكْرٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Let's see what Al-Imam al-Sa'di rahimahullah ta'ala has to say about this particular ayah. He says, they will afflict them, he said, بِأَبْصَارِهِمْ أي يُصِيبُهُ بِأَعْيُنِهِمْ مِنْ حَسَدِهِمْ وَحِقْنِهِمْ وَغَيْظِهِمْ. That they will attack you or afflict you with their eye because of their jealousy and their hatred and their anger against what the Prophet ﷺ brought. And he said, this is all that they can do. Like Allah said, they will almost. وَإِن يَكَادُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. They will almost cause you to slip with their eyes. He said the reason he said almost is because Allah Azza wa Jal protected the Prophet ﷺ. Allah decreed a certain amount of danger in that, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected the Prophet ﷺ from anything worse happening to him. But this ayah, as Sheikh ibn Uthaymeen and other people, rahimahullah ta'ala, said, is an evidence that people can harm you with their eyes. And we have one more evidence for this. And even though, it's not a direct evidence, but it's an indication. For this we have to go to the very back of the Quran. The very, very end of the Quran. And we come to قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. We're going to cover this later on. And Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدٍ. From the evil of the jealous person when they are jealous. Let's see what Al-Imam al-Sa'di rahimahullah ta'ala has to say about this. He said, the one who is jealous is the one who seeks to remove a blessing from the one he is jealous of. So he races in order to remove that which, or those sort of causes which, or whatever he can do to try to remove that blessing from that person. So a person is in need of seeking refuge from Allah from his evil and to destroy his efforts. And included in, and look at what he says, وَيَدْخُلُ فِي الْحَاسِدِ الْعَالِمِ. included in the one who is jealous is the one who gives the evil eye. Included in the one who is jealous, وَيَدْخُلُ فِي الْحَاسِدِ, included in the one who is jealous is the one who gives the evil eye. Because the evil eye only comes from one who is حاسد شرير الطبع خبيث النفس. Because the evil eye only comes from a one who is what? What did Imam al-Sa'di say? He is jealous. Sharir al-Tab', his nature is evil. Khabithun nafs, and he is an evil soul. I think that although the kalam or the speech of Imam al-Sa'di here is valid, there is another circumstance which perhaps the Sheikh did not mention here. And there is some disagreement among the scholars about this particular element of the evil eye. So what is the evil eye? Let us describe the evil eye in the way that Ibn al-Qayyim describes the evil eye. So he says it is an arrow which comes from the soul of the one who gives it until it afflicts the person who they are jealous of or they are impressed by. So it's not something that has to relate to the jinn. And it's not something that relates to magic, although the two can sometimes go together. It's something that comes from your soul, like an arrow or like a bullet that comes from your soul, and it afflicts the person who you are looking at or you are jealous of. And the scholars differed whether the evil eye only comes from jealousy. You can see Imam al-Sa'di here says it only comes from a one who is hasid, sharirul nafs, or sharirul tab', khabithun nafs. The reality is that the evil eye can come from, and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best, it seems to come from one of two things. Either it comes from hasad, and bear in mind, not every hasid is the one who gives the evil eye, and not everyone who gives the evil eye is hasid. And that it seems to be the correct opinion to me. Is that not everyone who gives the evil eye is necessarily purely jealous, and not everyone who is purely jealous gives the evil eye. Jealousy is, like Imam al-Sa'di said, as-sa'i fi zawal an-ni'mah, rushing to try to cause someone to lose their blessing. So I see somebody outside with a lovely new car. My natural opinion as a Muslim should be, MashaAllah, may Allah Azza wa Jal bless them and bless me. I wish I can have a car like this. Allah Azza wa Jal bless me with a car like this, and Allah bless them. I want them to have good, I want to have some good as well, and I make dua to Allah, Allahumma barik fiyya wa fihim. Oh Allah, bless them and bless me. Some people, they reach stage number one of jealousy, which is that they feel that they want to have that blessing instead of the other person. So when they see that car, they feel that I want this person to lose this car and I want to get it instead of them. And so the feeling is, I wish I could have this car instead of them. And there's no reason to feel like that, because why would you not just ask Allah to bless you with something? Why do you have to have what they have? That is a lack of belief in qadr. It's a lack of belief in the decree of Allah. Because what was going to ما أصابك لم يكن ليخطئك, what afflicted you is never going to miss you, and what missed you is never going to afflict you. رفعت الأقلام وجفت الصحف. The pens have been raised and the scrolls are dried. So it's a lack of belief in qadr. But this is the first level of hasad, of a person just saying, I wish I could have that instead of them. Why have they been given this and not me? Look at this i'tirad against qadr. Look at this argument against qadr, that this person is wanting the other person. They are questioning Allah Azza wa Jal. Two questions should never be asked about Allah. Firstly, like Imam Wajid mentioned yesterday, firstly, kayf, with regard to Allah, how is Allah? And secondly, limadha, in what relates to qadr, why? Never ask how about Allah, and never ask why with relation to qadr. Two questions that are forbidden. how is Allah and why did Allah do this? So we never ever ask why Allah gave him and not me. First of all, Lillahi mulku samawati wal ard. Allah has the dominion of the heavens and the earth. It doesn't belong to you, so it's His choice we give